This is Dabu 7. As we're getting word that Biden is set to unleash a bunch of executive actions here in terms of guns. Just this last week, the Supreme Court heard arguments in a case that goes back to 2015. In this case, there was two individuals, a man and his wife, that were arguing. The woman had feared that her husband might commit suicide after they had an argument. The police show up, and the man spoke calmly to the officers, said he would never kill himself, and the police then bullied him into going to a psychiatric care facility. They lied and said that they would not confiscate his firearms while he was away. The facility immediately released this man because his mental health was fine. The police then lied to Edward's wife, saying that her husband gave police permission to enter the home and to remove his firearm, which they proceeded to do, and they did. Afterwards, this man, Edward, had sued. His firearms were returned, but the court had ruled that the police had acted properly in seizing the guns based on what they call community care. The appeal now from Edwards has made it to the Supreme Court. Just last week, the Supreme Court had Biden send in goons to argue on behalf of the officers. In other words, the Biden administration is in favor of a court decision that would allow police to enter homes and to confiscate firearms without a warrant and in the name of this community care. Now, the lawyers for the police officer argued that a precedent for the community care exemption for the Fourth Amendment should be set here because it had only applied to impounded vehicles, and they say that this should also apply to homes. Now, while other exemptions here to the Fourth Amendment require an immediate emergency, this one does not. If the Supreme Court ultimately agrees, it would weaken the Fourth Amendment protection against unreasonable search and seizure, especially as it applies to firearms. This is something that we're going to break down thoroughly on the next live stream. Make sure to join us going live tonight, going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, although...
All right, all praise be to the Most High, through His only begotten Son, in their true Hebrew names, which is YAHAWAH, by Hashem YAHAWASHI. I have much respect and reverence to the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone. These are the heads that I believe through faith that have been, the men that have been chosen to lead the nation of Israel, the elect in these last days and times for salvation. Shalom to my sincere fellow Akim, my brothers, my sincere brothers out here pushing and ministering the gospel, the truth of YAHAWASHI, which are, written about in these holy scriptures, the Holy Bible, which, the words of the Bible can't be denied right now. Prophecy is speaking. And a lot of things are happening. A lot of things are happening right now. And, some see it, some don't. All right. But at the end of the day, everyone is going to be confronted with the reality that is Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, as foretold in the scriptures. All right. So Supreme Court could greenlight warrantless gun seizures. And why wouldn't they? See, we're in what they call a national emergency. And you see, there's no... during a national emergency, there's changes that are made. All right, your rights, your liberties, which all of these things were all only a facade anyway. You really never had any rights, any liberties. You just had the illusion that you were free, that you were in a free society, that you were in a democracy. You know what I'm saying? These things were never real. And so what's happening is, as the prophets have been saying, that you people are going to realize that the so-called white man is the devil. All right, he is the deceiver. He's the adversary of the righteous, and he don't give a damn about you or your rights. See, the Constitution is done away with, and there's even Edomites on record saying that this shit is just a piece of paper. They don't respect that. They don't respect you or your rights. Those things are nothing. And the scriptures say that they're gonna be coming in your houses, man. 2nd Esdras chapter 16. Verse 68, it says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols." Because eventually people are going to start getting rounded up out of their houses. All right. And it's looking like, all right, not saying it is, but it's looking like they're going to have basically those that receive the jab, and then they're going to have those that don't receive it, and they're going to be deemed a public health risk. That's what it's looking like, and it's looking like eventually they're going to be taken and put into facilities. All right. I know Canada has spoken of this, and I'm sure there's other places that are talking about this. Now, I think New York, under the Assembly Bill A416, speaks of that, which hasn't been passed yet, but it's on the table. All right. So this is what's coming. Verse 69, "And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none." You see, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, which are the Israelites, and particularly the elect. "For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses." You see, and your guns, these are the goods. You know, when they start coming, they might come in, you know, under the guise of having, you know, a warrantless, you know, search order because you're a registered gun owner. Because in Babylon, you have a population of roughly 330 million, right? But you have a gun owning registration of 390 something million people. All right. Salaki, let me back up. You have a registration of 390 something million guns that are registered to people. So there's actually more guns than that, but that's why they want you to get your gun registered. Here it is, you have the right to bear arms, right? But they want you to register it so that they have you on a database so they know who has what. And they're gonna come, you know, pay you a visit. And it's not only for those that fear the Lord, which are the Israelites, but this is for everyone. All right, and we know that according to the Bible, the blessing of the so-called white man whose biblical identity is Esau, his blessing is the sword. So he loves his guns, and he'll tell you in a heartbeat, "I ain't going down without a fight. If you want my guns, you're gonna have to come get them." That's what he'll tell you. So this thing is about to, you know, turn up. The Lord is turning this thing up. All right, this thing is about to get, you know, it's about to go there, and it could be this year. You know, it could be this year. "They should be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses." Right? And I think the Fourth Amendment goes into that, right? The right to, let's see, Fourth Amendment. The Fourth Amendment protects people from unreasonable searches and seizures by the government. The Fourth Amendment, however, is not a guarantee against all searches and seizures, but only those that are deemed unreasonable under law. You know, none of this is a guarantee because, again, we're in a national emergency, state of emergency. You know, Babylon was handed over to FEMA, you know. And then, not to mention all the debt that Babylon is in, 28 trillion, okay? Things ain't what, you know, you people think it is here. You know, and real soon you're going to find out the hard way. Why? Because Babylon the Great has been the headquarters of a lot of wicked pride in the earth. This is 2nd Esdras, the 8th chapter, verse 50. "For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time," all right, the last days, "shall dwell in the world." Why? Because they have walked in great pride. See, the Heavenly Father hates pride. All right. And those who say, "I know God, I love God," this and that. Well, do you know what he doesn't like, what he hates? It's in the scriptures that he hates pride. He hates a prideful look. When you go to Proverbs, the 6th chapter, and verse 16, it says, "These 6 things doeth the Lord hate." You see that? Lord, YAHAWAH. That's his name in all caps. So the Most High, he hates these 6 things. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. And the first thing he names is what? A proud look. A proud look. All right, why? Because you go to Sirach, the 10th chapter, verse 7, pride is hateful before God and man, and by both doeth one commit iniquity. All right, verse 12, you jump down, the beginning of pride is when one departeth from God. See, because pride takes you away from the Heavenly Father. And his heart is turned away from his maker. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination. And that's why Babylon the Great is known as the mother of harlots, the mother of abominations, because this place has the most pride. You know? So the Lord is gonna allow Esau to do this thing. He gonna allow him to come in and stir that drama up, because the Lord is the one that's gonna stir the drama up. All right, you go to what's that, Ezra, the first chapter 1 verse 1, it says, now in the first year of Cyrus king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled, the Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus king of Persia, that he may see. So the Lord will, you know, stir up the spirits, meaning he would, let's look that up in the blue letter. Stirred is IWAR, which means to rouse oneself, to awake, to incite. All right, so the Lord will, you know, incite, you know, put spirits on people to fulfill, you know, his will and fulfill his prophecy. So the things written in these scriptures, they're going to happen because the Lord is going to stir up those that are in power, which are the wicked, to do them. And what? All your so-called liberties are going to be, you know, a thing of the past. And that's why I've been, you know, thinking a lot about, I wanted to go into a video about how, you know, liberties are, I forgot the name I want to do, but, you know, your liberties are over with, man. These things are done. Liberty, the state of being free within society from oppressive restrictions imposed by authority on one's way of life, behavior, or political views. The power of scope to act as one pleases. So, yeah, and Babylon has had a lot of liberty throughout the earth, man. This place has had a lot of liberty, man. You know, in Babylon, you've been able to do whatever the hell you want to do, believe what you want to believe, whatever your thing. And that's why a lot of countries wanted to come here. A lot of people came here to escape, you know, order and so-called oppression in these other countries, but really they just wanted to come here and be free and serve Satan and do whatever you want, because here you can serve Satan openly. I just watched that Lil Nas X video for the first time, and that shit ain't playing nowhere else, man. But here in Babylon, that shit can play, and that shit got 100 million views, and that shit just came out, what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and it got 100 million views, and it's still on YouTube. They ain't take it down. Yeah, if you say anything about this jab and stab, your ass, you might get your video you might get your channel striked, video taken down, channel taken down. See, we in the last days of liberties, and the right to bear arms, that's a liberty. What is that, the Second Amendment? Second Amendment, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And the global elite don't care about this, man. They don't care about your so-called right to bear arms. You know, they finna do the damn thing. And it's the Lord that's stirring up the spirit on them to do this. What else? Let's go to Job, because this is all a part of the wicked fulfilling their belly. This is Job 15, verse 35. Let's start at 14. For the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate, and fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepareth deceit. Yeah, and this is what he's doing. You know, he's preparing deception. He's preparing, you know, all sorts of wickedness. All right, to bring about this this new reset, which is pretty much a friendly way of saying a new world order. You know, a world where everyone is under total, you know, monitoring and have to rely on the so-called white man as their God. When you go up to the 20th chapter, Job 20, verse 23, and it's all to the fulfillment of the scriptures. Job 20, verse 20. Man, it's a good chapter. We can start at, we started 15. It says, he hath swallowed down riches, he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asps, the viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein, because he hath oppressed the poor and forsaken the poor, Salakia, because he hath violently taken away a house which he builded not. And that's the United States. All right, America, as was taken from the Israelites that came here, the Northern Kingdom that came here, the so-called Hispanics, Native Americans. Verse 20, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. You see, so he in straits right now. He all over the place trying to get, you got people that's rebelling. There's a lot of videos, a lot of scientists and a lot of doctors and nurses are speaking out against him, coming out against him. A lot of testimonial videos are coming out of people who done got the jab and having adverse reactions. Verse 23 says, when he is about to fill his belly, meaning when he is about to accomplish, or basically enjoy the fruits of his agenda, his labor, this whole one world government thing, once he gets it, to a certain point, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. You see? So the Lord gonna get him. So that tells you that this thing is gonna be somewhat of a success. People are gonna be getting the chip. They're gonna be, they're gonna worship the image. Verse 24, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end there. I'm gonna jump down to 29 and end there. This is the portion of a wicked man from the Most High, and the heritage appointed unto him by the Most High. Yeah, man. You can read 28 too, 28, 27. But I'm gonna go ahead and end there, man. Lord willing, that was edifying.